And you're like, where's the sale? Where's the sale? I'll tell you where the sale is. It's in the conversations you have. That's where your sales are before you get, if you're under 250,000, that's where your sales are. They're in the conversations you're not having. They're in the conversations you're resistant having. They're in the conversations that take time that you don't want to deal with. You don't want to be bothered with. That is where your sales are right now. I want to talk about what you should be focusing on in the growth phase is really just 3 things. Well, it's 4. It's growing your audience, right? And then we're getting into conversations with those people so that we know what they want. When you know what someone wants, you sell it to them and you make money. It's very easy. It's very easy. You literally get in a conversation, you find out what they want. If it's in your wheelhouse, you sell it, right? You serve them and give them what they need in your program, which gets them transformation and results, and you just made a sale. That's growth. Trying to scale means that we're skipping the conversation and we're just marketing. We're promoting on social media, we're emailing, we're posting, we're creating a bunch of content at scale on multiple platforms, we're emailing like crazy, we're pitching all over the place of our offers. That's scale. You're not ever going to do that successfully if you can't even communicate in a one-to-one conversation in like a minute or less who you are, what you do, how you help, and know how to effectively guide someone through to a close. If you cannot do that one-to-one, I promise you, whatever you're saying at scale in all of your marketing, waste of time. Waste of time. I know, I did it, and I see it every day. It is what is slowing things down for you. So I want you to understand that getting into those conversations every day and growing your audience and getting into those conversations and understanding your buyer, understanding who is your buyer, what's the language they use, what is it that they really want? And how do they describe that? Are we on the same page here? Can I actually help them? Are they actually the right people? Is my marketing and my lead generation effective right now? You don't know that unless you're talking to your people and generating sales. If your bank account says 0 week after week after week after week, there's something, reverse engineer. There's something wrong there. Is it your messaging? Is it your lead generation? Is it your lack of sales skills? Is it the positioning of your offer, the way you talk about it? What is it? You don't know. You don't know because you're not doing that work. You're skipping all of that. And you're like, where's the sale? Where's the sale? I'll tell you where the sale is. It's in the conversations you have. That's where your sales are. If you're under 250,000, that's where your sales are. They're in the conversations you're not having. They're in the conversations you're resistant having. They're in the conversations that take time that you don't want to deal with. You don't want to be bothered with. That is where your sales are right now. Every one of you have sales right now in your email, in your Facebook group, on your Instagram, on your Facebook, on your LinkedIn, in your DMs, on your profiles, in your feeds. You all have sales sitting there. The problem is you don't know how to approach them and how to talk to them about your offer because you're not getting in conversation. You don't know who they are. You don't know what is on their mind right now. Like, what are they willing to pay for today? You don't know. You haven't talked to them. You don't even have a clue who they are. Do they have kids? Are they homeschooling? Are they busy? Are they married? Can they make the investment decision, or do they need to talk to husband or wife? Are they traveling right now? Are they on vacation? Are they in a country where there's a lot of shit going on right now and they need you to get in touch with them in a month? What's going on? What do they want? What do they need? What are they willing to pay for? And how are they describing this verbally from their own brain, right? This is all stuff that you guys need to build the muscle and clarity around. And I can't give that to you. It comes from doing the 10,000 hours or more of the conversations to master that skill. And by doing that, how do you speed up by doing that? You get the clarity you need. You get the language you need. You get the messaging you need. You get the offer that you need. You learn how to position the offer. You build trust instantly. You're nurturing. You're building your database. You know who your future buyers are. You know who your now buyers are. You know who your next week buyers are. You know how they like to consume content, video, audio, text, written, what? You know if they like to be DM'd. You know if they like to hear audio. You know if they want to be on your email list. You know their pain. You know their ideal desire and outcome. You know exactly what they're telling you they've been through that they don't want to go through again, what they want, what they need. You know exactly what to sell them. Or you know if they're totally not your people. All of that is why you guys are up in your head, freaking out because sales are not happening, crickets are happening, and you're not seeing progress. If you slowed down and you just got in these conversations, all of what I just said, you dial it in like this. Those would not be the questions you're asking on coaching sessions. Those would not be the areas that you're struggling anymore. Those would not be the areas in which you're like, I can't figure it out, and I'm spinning and spinning and spinning week after week after week. You wouldn't have those problems anymore, because you'd have all that information. And when you have clarity, you have confidence. When you have confidence, you are consistent in your actions. You're not going to have clarity and confidence before you get in and do the work. You're not going to have clarity and confidence around your offer and your pricing and all the things we just talked about before getting into conversations with your audience. It's not going to. How does that happen? How do you know what your audience is thinking and wanting and needing and where they're at and all the things and how to position your offer to them and sell to them and like all the things? How do you know to do that if you've never spoke to them? That would be magical. I don't know how anybody can do that, right? Without that data, without that information, you're throwing spaghetti at the wall. You're pitching, you're emailing, you're marketing, you're posting, you're going live, you're doing all the things, and you don't even know if anybody wants what you're talking about. You don't even know if anyone's interested. We've literally, this past 2 weeks, have removed over 3,000 collective from Facebook group, our Facebook profile page, in our email list. We've collectively deleted over 3,000 people that have been sitting within our audience who are no longer in business. They are no longer coaches or service providers. They work for other people, or they've switched gears entirely. They're no longer interested in any of the things we talk about because they're on a different path. These are people, literally over 3,000 people that we had no freaking clue were in our ecosystem with zero interest ever in a single piece of content we're putting out. Over 3,000 humans, and we are not even halfway through my email and my audience. We're not even a third way through it. And we've already eliminated that many people that at one point we thought belonged there, that we have been emailing, we have been marketing to, we've been sending DMs, we've been tagging them for nothing. So again, I want to rein it back, okay? That when times change on social media, which is like every day, when things change, you need to pivot. You need to understand that the things you might have been doing earlier aren't working right now. The things that we did last year, they just don't work right now. And those are seasons. You're going to go through a lot of that. The one thing that never, ever, 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 ever changes in all of history of life and never will is relationships. Building relationships and human connection. If you spent 90% of your energy and your focus in your business on having conversations with every single human within your ecosystem day after day after day, and you stopped everything else, you would make more money than you do right now with all the things you're doing. Literally, if you stopped everything else and the only thing you did day in, day out, all day long was open up all of the people in your ecosystem and start DMing and getting to know them and moving them through your sales pipeline and putting certain tags and putting notes and giving them resources and following up with them and moving them through a process, an actual system, a strategy, you wouldn't have enough time in the world for all the sales that would come your way. But everybody wants to scale, and we don't have anything to scale. Everybody wants to get to the end really fast, and there's no end. You have to start here. So all entrepreneurs started. So we're growing the audience. Some of you can't even consistently do the 30-day challenge. We're asking you to do one activity for 30 days. One business activity that's money producing. Just one activity, not 10, one for 30 days straight. And some of you can't even do that. You have to ask yourself, what is more important than a money-making activity for anybody right now? Right? Like even for us, nothing. Besides serving you guys, nothing. Nothing is more important in our business than serving clients and getting new ones. That's it.